So my name is Mark Hauber. I'm professor in psychology at Hunter College of the City University of New York. I was a graduate student between 1996 and 2002 with Paul Sherman and Steve Emlen. It was great. It was the best decision I made about my career and my graduate school training. I had choices. I could have gone to Rockefeller, I could have gone to Chicago, but I came to Cornell because the other graduate students were smarter than me, and I still think they are, and I benefited a lot from that. Absolutely. The faculty were supportive and critical at the same time. They were generous with their time and their advice, but they were precise with their concerns and helpful with their directions. So the 6 years I spent here were 6 fully occupied years of research and science and engagement and thinking and criticism, and so that experience is invaluable, and I'm grateful for that. Well, when I came here in 1996, in September, I wrote an email to Bob Payne, who has ties to NBMB, of course, through Michigan, and I said, what do you know about the neurobiology of brood parasites? And he wrote back a single line email, and he said nothing. And I am here 18 years later, finally having done the experiment that I wanted to do. It took me this long to figure out the behavior, to learn about the anatomy, to learn neurophysiology. And so I'm still thinking about those levels. I'm thinking about crossing those levels, studying an interesting organisms like a brood parasitic bird, but asking questions using fMRI and physiology and anatomy. Absolutely. I still remember Ron Harrisworth giving a lecture to the cohort of graduate students and thinking how circuitries could be a way to solve behavioral paradigms, and vice versa, learning about a system that was interesting evolutionarily or ecologically, and yet it was possible to probe its brain. And so I think in this day and age, with genomics and with fancy imaging techniques, some of which I actually learned myself, we were able to ask those questions that we wanted to ask 10, 20 years ago. The advice is to learn everything about everything. You want to have an open mind. You want to be an expert at what you study, but you also want to keep looking at what other people do. It's impossible to know everything, but if you have a drive towards knowing as much as you can, this is a great place to do it, because you can talk to people at the different floors, you can talk to people across the floors, bring them together and ask questions that nobody else has asked. And NBMB is also within this greater Cornell community. You can be an expert by bringing people together from the different departments, but this is a good home to be at, and so I would definitely choose this place for my PhD if I was to start again.